There we go. What's going on, everybody? We appreciate y'all tuning in. That's already news. That's the first segment to the right. That's the good brothers of EYL, man. Some heavy game, man. I'm at least on the Thursday show. I'm gonna try to come in with some kind of current events that I feel like that the people need to know, man, because the world is moving fast, not just on, technology. Well, technology level. That's what I'm getting at. But the world is moving fast, purely. So, but before we get into it, man, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a blessed day. We're gonna be talking hoops, and the hoops world has definitely been spicy. We're gonna be talking a little bit. We're gonna talk to Stephen A. LeBron thing, give our opinion once Nas gets back. Once Nas gets back in, so it's a heavy show, probably the heaviest show we've had in a while. But you know what I'm saying, if you're definitely here, man, definitely comment. Definitely let us know what you're feeling, how you doing. You know what I'm saying? If you had a good day, let us know. Let us know. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about Bron. We're gonna talk about JUJU. We're gonna talk about Mr. Leah Chavez. We're gonna talk about Georgia Tech. We're gonna talk about all of that. But before we get there, man, we're gonna talk about these good brothers at EYL, man. What type of game they got there? Before I play it, they were at the NVIDIA conference. For those who don't know, man, NVIDIA is a chip company that's been making these chips that's gonna power AI moving forward. So if you don't know, now you know. And if you want to know more, then do your due diligence. But I'm gonna play this clip and I'm gonna give my reaction to it.
That was just our NVIDIA visit. We didn't even get to the metal one.
This is important.
We didn't get to metal. Ooh.
Okay, so that's some of the stuff that we saw at NVIDIA's conference. Now, okay, here's the other side of the coin. So we got a chance to tour Meta headquarters, and we got a chance to tour NVIDIA headquarters. And
very different.
Yeah,
very different cultures.
Very different cultures.
Talk to Aaron.
Work culture. Work culture.
For sure.
Yes.
Okay. So you want the truth, or you want the
I know you're going.
Nothing but the truth. Rashad, it's just me and you talking. Nobody listening. Not 7,100 people.
I know where we going.
Okay. It's important to be honest in life. It's over.
It's over.
It's over with.
It's over with. We're not playing.
It's over with.
It's scary.
Elaborate, please, because that sounds so definitive. But
please, the human race, pretty much.
And it's almost done.
Less than 0.5% of any employee in any of these buildings are Black people.
It's true.
Less than probably 3% concerned in the least bit of what's happening. Like I said, that's why it's like, even after a while, like, you arguing with people online and you trying to say, like, it's got to be tiring. But more important, it's embarrassing. It's like, yo, like I said, paperwork, then the son's schoolwork. And Adam 22, and that we have, there's going to be casualties and victims. And it's over for America, because most of the employees at these companies are Chinese and Indian. So much so, they said that sometimes in the Zoom calls, they have full Zoom calls in Mandarin.
Department-wide.
I don't think people understand. Like, this is alarming.
Yes.
At very high level. At a very, very high level. Like, you see, America finally won the World Math Championship for high school, and every kid on the team is Chinese.
What EMF does.
The whole logistics of what they're trying to say is that in today's world, we are falling behind in terms of what we need to be doing to get more acclimated to AI. The brother said in the interview, you can check it out on their page, Earn Your Leisure, their most recent Market Mondays under the live section, that we are dropping the ball in our schools. We're banning the use of AI, which, you know what I'm saying, I understand. We don't want our kids coming on AI. Just type me up this 100-word, 500-word, 1,000-word paper so I can, you know what I'm saying, just fly by and the old curriculum that we have. So when we take that out, we're frowning on our kids for using that, we're falling that much more behind because our competition around the world is becoming more acclimated. They have classes in high school, possibly middle school over there in China and different places. So I just believe that we need to use more AI to stay involved in this race going forward. That's why I played that video in the beginning of in the beginning of the video, man. So whether you're using ChatGPT, FYI AI, you know what I'm saying, Gemini, there's so many of them out there. Just, you know what I'm saying, you need to get on those, you need to get on your AI tools, just use it, play with it, you know what I'm saying? And get the most out of what you can. It's a good, excellent video on the same platform. They do a really good video with XI. So X and EYE. She's a young lady who's heavily involved with that. She has worked with Apple, Microsoft, any of the big tech companies, you name it, just develop AI. So I just wanted to put that on y'all plate, man. Hope y'all digesting it. Again, I know the video didn't kind of go into it. It was kind of a little rambling at the beginning, but the whole moral of the story is just get on AI, familiarize yourself with it, because it's not going to be AI that takes our job, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the human that's assisting and using AI that may take our jobs moving forward. So the more you're more acclimated with it, the early on, the better you're going to be, man. That's just my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can take it how y'all want to, but you can't say they didn't hear it first on the platform. So we're going to move on, talk basketball, man. We're going, you know what I'm saying, get into the more relaxed, lighthearted news, man. So as I buy time, I know y'all seen the LeBron thing on Pat McAfee show. Stephen A. responded. He kind of called LeBron the Taylor Swift of the news media world right now. You know what I'm saying? Also, you know what I'm saying, that we like to see LeBron in more relaxed situations like that. You know, on the Pat McAfee show, we never really seen LeBron doing interviews, kind of just at the press conference table, usually with somebody else, or like in the documentary setting, but we never see him in a setting like that to really just let his hair down. You know what I'm saying? The little hair that he has, no pun intended, but yeah, I liked it. Of course, he came on there and said his piece. It's just good to see LeBron in more of a human element like that. As far as Stephen A. Stephen to me he's man, because I used to look up Stephen A, and I'm sure a lot of people did. But my brother.
What's going on, man? Continue your thought, though. I'm listening. Continue your thought. I'm here, man. I had to sort out some stuff. Big, I had to figure some stuff out. But go ahead, get your thought. I'm gonna give you the energy here in a second. But go ahead.
All right, for sure. So I looked up Stephen A. I still do very minutely, very little. Obviously I respect the road he's paved the way, but my point is you know, has he touched on players' personal lives? Sometimes not as bad as, you know, others like Skip, but as somebody of the community, and I get it's different times now, which is kind of propelled the platform for people like us and others who wants to just we're gonna critique bad play, but we also understand that there's a human element. You don't want to disrespect players, man. I think that's a great, you know what I'm saying, a great thing. While y'all continue to watch us, because you know we're only gonna go so far in our critique, man. We're gonna uplift these athletes, especially athletes that don't have a big platform. So I would just say, man, just handle it with better class, brother. It's already out there now, man. I don't, because you've had this situation, right, with Glenn Robinson's father, and we kind of seen this thing kind of. It's like a cycle, you know what I'm saying? You had to meet Glenn Robinson's son in the tunnel, and you had to retract and say, hey, man, anything's going on with you, anything's going on between me and your father, you know what I'm saying, we're going to end it. I apologize. And you're doing the same thing with the biggest star in the modern day game. I'm not going to say in all of basketball, because I think Michael Jordan's still the biggest star. But it's the same cycle. So, Steve, you know what I'm saying? Best of luck to you, man. I hope you can figure this walk out. But this is definitely a low light for both of y'all. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give Bron slide edge, but the floor is yours, brother.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we opened up the show with that. I agree with you too, man. I am disappointed. Stephen A is another guy I looked up to too. I mean, I'm right there with you. Like I told you, the era, what was it, 2015 and probably 2021, 2022. Somebody I even did a school report on him. You know what I'm saying, in a public speaking class, and talk. That's how much I really messed with Stephen A. And what he was doing, man. Somebody I definitely looked up to, honored and respected. But like you said, man, you're making it personal, right? And as journalists, I get it. I know how big LeBron is, and I know obviously talking about him and him giving even just this little tidbit, because we don't usually see LeBron do this if we think about it. That's helping Stephen A's brand even more. Now, you might be like, oh, well, he already has a big brand, but at the same time, it's helping him, because, LeBron is a basketball legend. Like some of the quotes, it just didn't make sense. Like the one, and I want to pull it up. I think it's hilarious. Obviously it's all petty and stuff like that, but it's just like, bro, like at this point, Bacon, like, what are we doing, bro? Like when we're saying stuff like this, and I don't blame LeBron. I would have trolled him too, and that's all LeBron is doing. LeBron is just trolling the man, and he's taking it too serious, in my humble opinion.
Yeah,
he's taking it too serious, and he just came at you like that because you said you question him as a father. Anybody you question as a father and you mess with the family, that's different. Now, I understand his son is in the league. That's fine. You can critique him. But when you said you question him as a father to stop it, I mean, what else did you expect to happen, bro? You know what I'm saying? You expected the man now he could have handled it, Bacon, in a different manner, in a different way. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say anything disrespectful to you. He addressed you, in that manner. And then that was it. You were the one that went private on the podcast, talking it up and saying this. But like this one right here, this is what I was pulling up for those that's watching. Bro, ain't no way in hell you said this out your mouth.
Had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him.
Immediately. What are we doing? And then he showed you the boxing video. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here, bro? This is not journalism, bro.
It's not journalism.
It's not journalism. Like, what are we doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's like, to a degree, it's like, bro, you letting the money kind of get to your head a little bit. The little $100 million, that's cool. Hey, you got it. I respect it. But at the same time, bro, you could have like Shannon Sharp said on Nightcap, bro, let it go. Just let it go. It ain't worth it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Once he, but what really irked him is when he said about the tidy whities, bro. So he probably go up and get the ice cream, get the tidy whities and go smile and chuckle. That's it. LeBron trolled you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He trolled you. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. So it's okay, Stephen A. You know what I'm saying? You lost this battle. It's all right. You still respect it. But yeah, bro, he got to just let it go. He got trolled. And like you said, it just, it's bad, Bacon, when you're getting personal with it, right? You're talking about, oh, I didn't even think you showed up at Kobe's funeral. He was there, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be filmed, right? Why are we going back to that moment, a tragic moment in basketball history and even the world at that point? Why are you got to stoop that low in order to try to affect this man where he does not care? He don't care. He's trolling you. He don't care. So it's like, when you got to get personal with it, it's just showing like, who you are and the point you at. So that part I didn't like. I think you got too personal. Once LeBron made that statement, man, let that stuff go, man. I wouldn't even address it. And then Perk is like, oh, well, when LeBron followed me on Twitter and X, I decided to block him. Who cares? That's not journalism, my guy. Y'all making it personal. It's not journalism. Who cares? We're here to report the facts. We're here to be honest and truthful and insightful. And at the same time, as journalists, we're here to say what's going on. Why are we not talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers? Why are we not talking about what the Pistons is doing this year?
Right.
It's about real journalism, bro. Talking about what's really going on. I get LeBron to start. That's fine to talk about him. But you didn't have to go to that standpoint. Y'all making this stuff personal, man. And this is why these players is laughing at y'all. This is why these players don't have respect for you. You know what I'm saying? That's just my standpoint.
Now and that's a very good point. But we also have to hold ESPN to the fire, because they, like Stephen A said on I believe on his show, is saying when it first broke, when he said I didn't want to bring it up, when it kind of got out, he wanted to bring it up, but when he came in the office, it's like, yeah, the bosses said we got, you know what I'm saying, you got to talk about this. So it's like, I understand, you know what I'm saying, they're paying they're affording your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying, they're paying your bills, but at some point, you know what I'm saying, you gotta I'm saying, hold your nuts, put your foot down. Like, hey, I don't want to do this. We don't want to make this personal. That's just been a problem with other journalists. That's why they had to do their own podcast. I don't want to be the guy that has just their own podcast. If I'm working for you, I want to be on TV, but we want to be respectful, have morals. And another thing about what you said, but that was a good point. When LeBron or anybody follows you, or you know what I'm saying, on social media, this is social media, man. This is a platform that we use to touch people down the street, down the hall, state by state, and around the world. So, you know what I'm saying, this is all superficial thing. I think going to the future, man, we may see a lot of young people like, nah, I'm not getting on the social media thing. I think it's gonna be a good thing. I think we're gonna get ready to see a shift and just the live period.
I don't disagree.
So for sure. So you know what I mean? It's unfortunate to see, you know what I'm saying, these two go back and forth because they were so prolific during that late 2010s run.
And they had a good relationship in the past too.
They did?
Yeah, I mean, like he would it was like something he had did on X. It was a few years ago. And LeBron had quoted Stephen A. just like what nice gesture, bro. No cap.
That's big. I mean, yeah.
So it's just like, bro, it didn't have to stoop to this point.
Nah, it didn't. And like Pat said on the show, man, hopefully it kind of got glossed over because LeBron kept kind of talking that story. They're both fed up with each other, but hopefully one day they can iron this out. I'm sure it'll be 20, 30 years when they're kind of old and gray. You're like, man, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Just for the, you know what I'm saying, for black bygones be bygones. But until then, it's gonna be bad. But nonetheless, it has propelled basketball ratings. But I think it was gonna do it on its own. Because like LeBron said, we're getting closer to postseason, things of that nature. So had to talk about that, man. Like I said, if y'all have any comments, y'all want us to, you know what I'm saying, have any questions, you want to get our feedback on your comments, definitely hit us in the comments. And while you're at us on YouTube, definitely like and share this to your friends, man, because we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
For anybody that's watching, I wanted to give you this note too. I know a lot of people was like, well, how do you live stream on TikTok? Obviously, y'all know you got to have 1,000 followers and stuff like that. You do not have to download a Windows computer. Okay, so anybody that's watching this that's following me on TikTok, I figured out how to do it. All right, taught myself. Okay, all you have to do is use Restream. Restream is going to have a custom RTMP URL and a stream key. Y'all can enter that in on Restream or go to your Restream settings, get both of those. You can enter that into obviously StreamYard, put that in there, and then what it's going to do is going to take you obviously to the Restream app. You know what I'm saying? And then from there you can live stream and you can go to 2 more obviously channels and do it. And you can do it for free, right? You ain't got to pay nothing. It's an easy process. So whenever you stream, obviously on StreamYard, you can also set up that Restream, and Restream will stream it to 2 more for you. So you don't got to pay that 88 or that, you know, whatever price it is. You can Restream to 2 more. So I want to tell y'all that off of TikTok. That's what I'm on now. So doing live streams, we'll see how it goes, man, as I build the platform and network. But wanted to tell y'all that a little bit. I'll probably do a separate video and tell y'all as well.
For sure. What's happening, TikTok? I ain't never been live on TikTok before, man. Get at me in the streets.
For sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, we on TikTok with it, man. So pretty cool. We figured that out on the fly, too. Figured that out just now. So yeah, man. Putting the brain to work.
Nah, definitely, man. That brother's been tapping to see. So, you know what I'm saying? Not to get out topic, man. My brother's on the CMOS. I'm on the CMOS, man. Not doing any brand promotion till they hit us. But just how is your journey on the CMOS, man? Why should people tap into it?
It's a lot of benefits, man. As you can see, skin is getting a little clearer. You know what I'm saying? It's really good for your gut health.
Yes.
You feel a lot better as well. I can say that. It's a bunch of benefits, man. Y'all look it up. True CMOS, you can get it off their website. You got 2 jars for like $40. You get it at obviously Sprouts if you want to go there. But you got more energy from what I've seen. Sometimes you'll feel a little bit like tired. You know what I'm saying? You dragging through the day, you can really get through the day easier, in my humble opinion. And I really like it, man. It's helped me, and I have a hectic day. Shout out to Scorelando. I obviously work with them during the day. It's always stories. I came in a little bit late on the pod because I broke a story on Georgia Tech landing a recruit, right? So I was stuck up to traffic till like 6:37. Finally was able to get out, make it home. But yeah, like I have such hectic days. I know everybody does. But instead of you coming home and being so tired, y'all can imagine I just did from 9 to like 6, drove home, and now I'm doing a pod now. So that's like the benefits for me and how it's helped me. So a lot of times people gonna come home and gonna be tired and go to sleep or whatever it is, but you can use that to help you. And I still got energy. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I can still keep going. You know what I'm saying? So that's my standpoint.
Hey man, I stand behind. That was a great statement there. Yeah, it's like a second win. You know, you get a little runner's high. You know what I'm saying? You come home, like, you know, it's just a good second win of energy. And like you can see by by the skin complexion. You don't see a lot of blemish. You see that what they call glass skin. It's all like glass skin going on right now. But before we transition, man, you know what I'm saying? Big Jeremy, you know what I'm saying? He just hit me. He's tapped in, man. I wish my phone could.
Shout out Jeremy, man.
Locked in.
That's the GOAT right there. That's the GOAT.
Nah, definitely. We got to get.
Let me see.
Oh, my bad. We got to get Big J on here soon.
That's the GOAT, bro. That's the GOAT.
He's sitting in our group, so you can't really see.
Yeah, that's the GOAT, bro.
For sure.
He's goated. For
sure. Definitely a legend, man. Not only in the media world, but in real life, man. He's a real one. He's not going to tell me some good jokes, but he keep professional though.
Yes. Hey, you only get the good jokes unless Jeremy really mess with you, by the way.
That's 100%. So salute to you, man. We'll definitely gotta get you on the show. I'll probably text you probably after we get out. But brother, if you got anything you want to say on live, got any questions, definitely hit us up because we will get back to you and give our live feedback and definitely share with friends. We appreciate you liking the tweet as well. So we're gonna move on to the high school news. Big news as of Tuesday, I believe. Miss Aaliyah Chavez, man, she proved me wrong, man. I thought she was gonna go to Texas. She ended up going across the Red River. She's going to Oklahoma. So, man, I'm gonna read what she said via Twitter. In just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, I believe she's a prolific scorer. Top girl 2026. She said, basketball has always been a part of me. I can remember the time where basketball wasn't in my hands. That's how deep my love for the game is. The only thing I've ever wanted was to be able to play the game and to be able to play the game my way. I'm happiest when I'm on the floor playing the game. I'm happiest when I'm on the floor playing the game I love with the people that I love. It's simple. I love the game. And she posted this Boomer Sooner. Let me see if she got anything else. Like she said a statement. I don't think that's it. But Brother Bush, and she's also a Gatorade Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying? No surprise. And she's from Lubbock, Texas, the same place Trae Young is from. Let's actually hear what Trae Young had to say.
Baker is the next, man. Leah is the next. Paige Baker is the next. I mean, JUJU Watkins is the next. You know what I'm saying? Caitlin Clark of college basketball. So it's gonna be exciting that she's in Norman, Oklahoma now, and we get to go and support her. I'm gonna be supporting her anytime I can. I mean, I've seen her at a camp and certain things in LA, but it's gonna be really cool now that she's in Norman and I get to go up there right up the street. Man, Leah.
It is, ladies and gentlemen. So, well, what did you think, bro, when you saw her commit to OU?
I think just blazing her own footsteps. You know what I'm saying? Going to a school, not predominantly, obviously, maybe I'm wrong for those that's watching, but not that I know of that's been really good in college basketball for girls. Obviously, what Trae Young was able to do there when he was a Sooner, getting them to the tournament, obviously leading the league in assists, one of the top point scorers when he was there. But no, I thought it was cool, man. I mean, she's a legend. Won their first state championship since 1981. This past season, averaging over 32.5 over her career, 4,700 plus points. She averaged, I believe it was 7 or 8 rebounds per game, 6 assists. She was a stud, man. And what made it cool is how she culminated everything together. And she did it on her pop's birthday. I thought that was super cool. Paying tribute to Pops. I don't really give him a lot of gifts, but I wanted to make this special and commit on his birthday and give him that present. So I thought that was cool. That just shows, where she comes from, just obviously how she was raised. And I mean, yeah, what I hope is, and I'll probably lead it to our other topic, Bacon. I just hope we keep the same energy, bro. Like,
yeah,
if this girl can hoop, let's put the spotlight on her. Let her hoop. Obviously, it's been on her since she's been in high school, but let's really put it on her, and allow her to flourish, man. I mean, if she's dominant like that, she can hoop like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's give her that media spotlight. She deserves it too. So I can't wait to see what she does. And like I said, I like that she's not even going to a power. She's not going to a UConn, a South Carolina, a Notre Dame. Obviously back in the heyday, USC, UCLA, like she's going to a school we don't really think of. So if she's able to do damage, similar to Caitlin Clark, like going to Iowa, they're not really known for girls college basketball. But you go there, that makes your arc even better, I think, because you're showing that you can win and you can do this on this level. I think that's huge, man. So much shout out to her for just blazing her own trail.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Definitely shout out to her for blazing her own trail. I know one thing she said in her documentary is that like it's, you know what I'm saying, she also got a little sister, you know what I'm saying, her and her pops is real close. When she wanted to play the game, you know what I'm saying, her pops, she don't really want to play the game. Like any coach or any parent, they want to see if it's serious. So I think for 2 months, they didn't even touch a basketball. They were just doing, you know what I'm saying, just wall sits, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot of PT. And after 2 months, he was like, yeah, I guess she really wants to play this game. And she hadn't looked back, you know what I'm saying, she obviously, you know what I'm saying, prove the pops that she wanted to do it. So that's just a beautiful thing. When you say that, I got the chills. But she is legit, man. I agree with you. I hope that she does get that same type of attention. I was trying to find the Cam Newton. I had it up because he made a point about Paige Becker's about why she's not getting this. Oh, JUJU, you made a point about JUJU. I kind of took some, you know what I'm saying, the little Jaden Daniel. I kind of took it out because, you know what I'm saying, she got hurt out of respect. But Ken had on his podcast is like, why is JUJU Watkins not getting the same attention as Caitlin Clark? Because there's no rivalries. But it's like, we got to, and I get it. I mean, they kind of got a rival with UCLA, but
that's what I was. That was my point. I think that the problem is, though, to your point, Bacon, they don't really glorify it like that. Because think about it, they beat them really good their first 2 matchups, and then UCLA just won the Big Ten championship and beat them, right? And a period where they struggled, like in the fourth quarter, they couldn't score, right? But we're not giving that the same thing before. So he was like, "There's no real villain," which I agree to Cam to a certain degree. He's right. She's definitely not getting the same, I think, exposure. And it sucks that she got hurt, bro. Like that's probably one of the worst things because I think that would have gave that UCLA USC arc, obviously bigger on it because Big Ten championship, y'all beat us. All right, this for the whole thing. Who gonna win?
Right.
But yeah, I agree with Kim. I don't think, and I agree. I think she is the better overall player than Caitlin, obviously in her college career because she can defend at a high level. She can guard perimeter players. Obviously, Caitlin was good at shooting the ball, but she could get her teammates involved. I just think like her all-around game makes her special, and I don't think she got the same. She got exposure, but I don't think it was to the same level. Now, there's obviously had a fan base because you go look at that game they won the first round. Them fans was all around her taking pictures and all that stuff, but I don't think the same exposure and the same craze and hype compared to what Caitlin got. No, I don't think so.
So, like, who's gonna be her rivalry, man? Like, Texas is good. Don't get me wrong. So maybe that's what I'm talking about for Leah Chavez when she gets there. Granted, she has a great freshman year.
I mean, definitely Texas. I mean, Texas is going to be a better program. I mean, you look at Breonna Preston, you look at what they did this past year. Texas is going to be one to be reckoned with. That they always are going to be closely tied together. So I think it would be Texas. Paige Bueckers is probably going to hit the WNBA draft here soon. Teams coming up that she would see. I mean, you can maybe throw South Carolina in there. They're both in the SEC now. That could be a team potentially. As far as players, it's hard to say right now because you're still looking at the landscape and you're still trying to see who's going, who she's going to play a lot, right? But I would definitely go Texas right now. Throw maybe outside a shot with South Carolina, but tough to really say.
Nah, I think that's a good segue. We're going to look at this is 2027. Excuse me, I think this is 2026. Excuse me, 2026 girls top 100 list by Junior All Stars. Let me make this a little bigger so that people can see and so I can see as well. I hope that's bigger. Yes, that's pretty good. All right. So at number 1, can I zoom in? There we go. That's why you get an Apple. That's why you get an Apple for. So you can zoom in, you can pinch. Sanaya Hall, Jersey Robertson. She's elite for sure. Olivia Edwards, another good one. Kate Harp. We all know about Kate Harpin, man. Although they did not win state this year, she's very elite. But you know what I'm saying? Is anybody jump out at you on 1 to 100?
On some names, I'm disappointed not seeing some of the Georgia players, man, like Gabby Minus. I didn't really see her on here. Bella Ragone is another really good player out of Mill Creek. Lydia Letford out of Buford. I'd love to see them. Yeah. Some really good players. Obviously, this is 26, so it's ain't 27. I want to see when 27 come out. They're gonna have Ciendia Dennis on there. She's one that I think should make the list as well. 27. I like Savvy Swords. I think she can hoop. She's a really good player. That could be one potentially. Jordan Jackson is another one that kind of caught my eye watching her film. Those would be a couple that I like out of the top 100. I just think more Georgia players should have got some love out of this for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the Georgia, and I think this is, I believe they are kind of. I'm not sure if they're out of Georgia, but they definitely do work with what's his name? Can't remember his name right now. There's a lot. Brandon Clay. I know they do. I believe they do some collab work, or they kind of, you know what I'm saying. They're in the same type of loop. So, and I know he does a lot of work here in Georgia. So it is. I would like to know why some Georgia players don't make the list, and maybe they just feel like they're not as good as some of these girls on this list, and that's perfectly okay. But I definitely like to know. But it's definitely some hoopers on here, man. There's definitely a lot of hoopers in the Peach State, man. Maybe as creators, as media people, we need to get out more and see the girls play. Was so captivated by the boys, but the girls' game is a budding, growing sport, man. It needs water if we want our young women to grow and be beautiful flowers. You know what I mean? So let's do our thing, man. But we definitely got to shed a light on Caleb Wilson, man. Not only is he a McDonald's All-American, not only is he a UNC future player, but he is the Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year, man. The Brothers Elite, man. 21.6 points this year, 11 rebounds for averaging a double-double, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks, getting it done in every phase of the game, man. Is this a shock? Is this a surprise to you, man, to see him best player in Georgia?
No real surprise. I mean, he showed it. Showed it in the state championship game. What he was able to do. I think he had over 30 points, 13 boards. I mean, complete all-around player. I remember seeing him young at the tip-off invitational, not knowing what to expect. And I mean, he's just complete player, completely changed, his game, continued to add different things to it. I mean, he's special, man. He's a different kind of a talent. And I think it's well deserved, man. I think he capped off his legendary career in high school with a state championship, went out the right way, didn't leave, could have went to, Mount Bird. He could have went to any of them top teams in the country and decided to stay home and win a chip. I respect him a lot for that. Respect his platform. I think he signed, obviously, with a great NIL. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's definitely a notable one as far as agency goes. I can't wait. Huh?
Clutch Sports.
Yeah, Clutch Sports. I couldn't think of it. But yeah, I just can't wait to follow his career, man, and see what he does. I'm just blessed to be able to see him play in person, and can't wait to see what he does at UNC, man. He might be one and done there, but it'll be exciting to see what he's able to accomplish at the next level, man, for sure.
Nah, definitely, man. And we also we didn't talk about Oleance's coach when we did our top 5, it was top 5 high school coaches, man. We definitely want to show some love to Coach Mays, man. He's definitely one of the best coaches in Georgia high school basketball. He gets the job done every year in and year out. Mm-hmm. So we definitely want to salute to you, sir, and you know what I'm saying, definitely grooming these young men to men on the basketball court and off. But to move forward, like I said, man, if y'all got any questions, any perspectives, man, definitely hit us in the comments, man. We're definitely not fiending for it, but we're definitely interested to hear y'all feedback for sure. So with that being said, we're going to transition into our college topics, man. We got to start with, I got to get your perspective. We got to start with Georgia Tech, the men, man. Went to the NIT tournament this year, played at home, man, and we got beat on the home floor. But you did a very good job on your article about it. So what's your thoughts on just the overall season?
Improvement. I think next year is going to be a critical year for the Yellow Jackets just to assess where they are. A lot of injuries this year. Kawasi Reeves at the 10 games was gone. Luke O'Brien, a Colorado transfer he was gone. Dorian Nchekwu stepped away from the team in December. He's hit the portal. Javion McCullum had a concussion / head injury, had it twice this year. So he was supposed to kind of be your combo guard to come in there and kind of play alongside Nate George. You got a good bits and pieces of it, but towards down the stretch when they really went on a winning streak, when 8-12, he wasn't in. I just think it was a team that towards the end they played really well. Gave Duke a really good scare. In my humble opinion, with Cooper Flagg in the game and Malawach in the game, but just didn't have those complementary pieces to do it. And running 7-8 man lineups, that's not going to get it done. So a lot of Tech fans come for him, but I think it's too early to assess. The guy is an elite recruiter. You look at Muhammad Silla, you look at Akai Fleming, right? You look at Eric Chatfield, a very underrated guy, already has a top 2026 recruit coming in as well. I can't think of his name.
You're talking about
from Walker at OTE now. But Mustafa Job, like he recruits at a high level. So I would say it was a semi-success. I think he did what he was supposed to do. Next year, though, they have to take a step forward, right? You got 3 more wins this year, but now you're going to have to rebuild and retool the roster, right? Because Nate George just hit the portal. Now, some fans didn't like Nate George. They felt like, he was inefficient. They felt like he didn't run the offense right. But this is an all ACC honorable mention. This is also a player that won ACC Player of the Week. Was top 12 in the country in assists at 6.5, led the ACC in assists. So the core of your team, you really wanted to build around Nate George and Baydongo, right? Because those two went together well. Now you kind of have that void you have to fill now. And that's a lot to ask a freshman, Eric Chatfield, coming in, or a Kai Fleming to fill as being so young and getting into their college bodies. So I think they're going to have to hit the portal and get some guys. And they've already hosted Jeremiah Wilkinson, who played at the Skill Factory and at McEachern High School. He was there on a visit the other day. They also have been talking to Karis Bilal, who played his ball at Riverwood, won a state championship. Didn't see the court a lot with Vanderbilt, but that's an option too. But it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Stoudemire does in the portal, because he did a really good job last year in the portal getting Duncan Powell. We see what the impact he had and how valuable he was. He needs more of those hits like that. Hard to evaluate Luke Bryan because he got hurt so early. But if you can hit on a couple portal guys, 3 or 4, to bring in with that really talented 2025, they got a chance to take a step forward, right? To contend for an ACC title, to be a top 4, top 3 team next year. And that's really should be the goal. Competing for ACC championship, as Coach Stoudemire said, and obviously getting to the NCAA tournament. That should be the goal. So he's going to have to figure out some things, but I think they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, man, I agree. Folks need to they need to ease up on Coach, man. Like you said, the injuries they battled with this year, that's no tall task. And you know what I'm saying, he made the finalist for the Naismith Awards. And, so that tells you all you need to know. But just not everybody watches the game, not everybody understands the game. And I understand that everybody's gonna have their own opinion, but you gotta put your eyes on the product, man. And to your point, Duncan Powell Jr., right? Hopefully he stays and buys into the process, not the process, but the plan or process. I think he'll be a big, definitely could possibly be, if not 6th, definitely 7th man. I know he got some starting time this year. Maybe he'll get some starting opportunities next year if he decides to stay in the flats. But I think he's a big proponent, like you said, held Duke in check. I believe Cooper Flagg only had 14 to 16 points. I believe Duncan Powell was large in part to that. Also a previous 4-star recruit out of Dallas, can shoot the ball, kind of runs the Draymond Green role. And I'll give further context to this. I'm gonna drop an article on him probably tonight, and so look for that either tomorrow or Saturday, depending on when it gets aired out to the people. But I think Duncan Powell is going to be a key to this team moving forward. You need somebody who's going to be gritty. You need somebody who's going to be willing to do a little bit of everything. And I think he is a cog in the wheel that must remain and stay. So, but I agree with you, brother. Unfortunate to see them lose to Jacksonville State, especially at home, man. That was a sour taste in the mouth, a tough way to go out. But I think if we're talking in stock market terms, Georgia Tech is bullish. You know what I'm saying? When people aren't paying, that's when you buy. And when people are feeling good, that's when you sell. So definitely buy some stock on the Yellow Jackets, but definitely buy some stock on Coach Stoudemire, trending in the right direction. I like the way they're going. But with that snuff for the men, we will definitely tap into the women. Some big news today, man. It's not long-term black clouds around Georgia Tech right now, but it is some rainy days in sight. As you all know, if you're tapped into the Tech basketball scene, Danny Carnegie, she hit the transfer portal along with 4 other underclassmen. I'm not sure if they all hit it at the same time, but Miss Carnegie hit it today, and she left a statement on her Instagram page, and it was discovered by Justin Walters. But this is what she had to say. Firstly and foremost, want to give the glory to God. Shout out to her. With him, none of this would be possible. I also want to express my gratitude to my family, friends, and all of my coaches who have supported me through my journey. Thank you to Coach Nell. That's big. Coach Boogie, Coach Scruggs, Coach Blanche, and the rest of the staff. I'm truly grateful for the guidance and experience. Also, can't forget the fans that weren't there half the time, but shout out to the fans. Thank you for everything, and I love you all. After a heartfelt conversation with my family and mentors, I made the decision to officially enter the transfer portal. I'm excited to explore new opportunities and continue to grow as a player and as a person. So, man, when you saw the news, man, because you sent that to me earlier today, man, what was your thoughts when you saw it?
Yeah, that's tough. You got a really good player. I mean, she set the ACC on fire her freshman year, right? Averaged nearly 13 points, 5 boards. She had multiple games where she had over 20 plus points this year. She was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And she was, I thought, a building block for your future, right? With Tony Morgan, obviously Kara Dunn, their juniors, one final year with them. Her and Chit Chat Wright, I thought, okay, hey, that could be the building block going forward. They obviously got, I believe, Jocelyn Stone coming in with this class Michaela Jackson, excuse me. Michaela Jackson coming in with this class as a 2025, but that's all they got, right? They don't have any more 25 commits coming in, right? So Coach Fortner, Coach Nell, she's gonna have to be aggressive in the portal. It's hard to replace a talent like Danny. Danny lit it up in high school. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a girl that could create her own shot, set up her teammates, play and defend at a high level. I mean, she checks a lot of boxes. So this is a big loss, 100%. I don't know where they navigate next and who they would target in the portal to try to replace her, but she's really like that. And I think more people are going to see it as she gets even on an even bigger stage moving forward. We're on multiple ACC Player of the Week. She was ACC Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, so many accolades just to be a freshman. So it's going to be interesting to see what's next for her, but definitely a big loss for the Jackets.
Yeah, man, definitely. Definitely. Before she got hurt during that, before she injured her hamstring when she was with against the Tar Heels on the road, she was averaging 15 points. To me, the second best freshman behind the young lady at Vanderbilt, if I'm not mistaken. She's averaging like 20 as a freshman, so that's on another stratosphere. But you know, saying young Danny is definitely right behind her, man. So she's definitely gonna be missed. It's gonna be tough shoes to fill. You know, what I'm saying, like you take 4 steps forward, you know, you stay in Coach Nell, and you know, you got your top freshmen and some underclassmen that leave the nest. And the other freshman Gabby Grooms was from the area. Well, she's not from here, but she played at Trinity, not too far where I'm from. Definitely I thought kind of the same type of skill set. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, Danny's a little probably more polished, but Gabby Grooms is elite. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will see as she progresses in her collegiate career. Average 2.1 points per game. Didn't see a lot of minutes on the floor. Tiana Thompson, another freshman, 4 points per game. Adriana Termes, sophomore, she's transferring out, and Rusine August. I know I'm not saying her last name correctly, but she's a sophomore as well. She's transferring out. So tough loss for the Lady Jackets, man. But you know what I'm saying, was Holly? I can't remember her name. Reporter for the ESPN, and she had a lot of. Say it again.
Holly Rowe.
Holly Rowe, yes, Holly Rowe. She shot out Coach Nail when she saw them on the NCAA tournament. So it's definitely two great coaches in the flat. So I'm saying we'll definitely see how they rebound from this. But I think we're gonna rate the women neutral right now. It's not. We got to wait for some more news to come out. But boys bullish, girls neutral. But I think with bullish capabilities.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, so more college basketball. I'm saying is Arkansas to you the Cinderella of this year's NCAA tourney?
Yeah, 100%. You know, they've had a great showing thus far. They're doing it. They've been hurt. Adou-Thiero's been dealing with injuries. They beat Kansas, who's obviously, you know, I know it wasn't their best year, but a really good basketball team. You know, they was able to obviously, you know, go and beat another really good team at St. John's, the number 2 seed. And he's getting it done with a bunch of players stepping up. And this is probably one of Coach Cal's best coaching jobs because the players are talented, yes, but it might not. It's not the same talent that he's had in years past with Kentucky. So I think that's what we wanted to see. What we'd be able to do with maybe lesser, to a degree, lesser talent than maybe what he's had in years past. And he's showing you the great coach that he is, man. And they went at a high level. They beat, Texas Tech, who's a really good basketball team tonight. And they'll get to Elite Eight. You got to get a man the credit and his praise, man. So I think it's incredible. They've been fun to watch. And it reminds you a little bit of last year's 11 seed NC State, who made it all the way to the Final Four. So we'll see if they get that far. But it's been definitely a success for Coach Cal, getting to the tournament, dealt with so much. It was 0-5 in SEC play. And again, everybody just to step up, man. It's been great. Carter Knox has been stepping up and coming up big time for them. And everybody's just contributing, man.
Nah, I agree. Definitely got to throw in Billy Richmond, Brazil. I mean, I like him as a big man, but they got, like you said, they got Texas Tech tonight. They're two similar teams. They like to feed the paint, and they're going to play defense. Arkansas leading the nation in blocks. I think that's what's going to give them the edge. But Texas Tech, they got some shooters. They got, they got Christian Anderson, Atlanta native, shooting the ball. I think he's shooting the ball 40%. Chance McMillan. Those two are going to be the X factors tonight for Arkansas. If they get, I'm not Arkansas, excuse me. For Texas Tech, if they get off, be a little worried about Coach Cal and the Razorbacks. But I think Boogie Flan, I think he's going to be electric. I think this is his game for him. And I know DJ Wagner's going to play phenomenal defense out there on the perimeter. So I think Arkansas moves on, and I think they're going to have a little too much that guard the paint well. Like I said, they block shots well. So, but who do you like tonight at 9:00?
10 o'clock. It's gonna be tough, bro. I like Christian Anderson. He's been shooting the ball at a high level. Texas Tech got guys that can defend. I really like how they can beat you inside out. It's not gonna be easy contest. I think it's gonna come down to the wire, man. I think it's a buzzer beater for sure. Two really good teams, two really great, all great players. It's gonna be a great game to watch for 100%.
Facts. What is it? They got this on Arkansas. Must be Central Time.
Yeah.
All right. For sure.
Yeah,
Well,
for
I'll
sure.
be tapping that
Arkansas
team.
got the Central Time.
All right. I'm gonna slide down. All right. So, like I said, I told y'all at the beginning, it's gonna be actually. Let me do this first. Who do you think, before we get to the Dan Hurley situation, who do you think is the hottest team in the NCAA right now in the tourney? Other than Arkansas, but if you feel that way.
Hottest teams, tough to say. I don't know. I would say I need one more round. I mean, I like what Arizona's been able to do with Caleb Love. He really carried them past Oregon. Some of the team were struggling in that one. I like how they've been looking. I mean, I think you could definitely say Arkansas is probably one of the hottest teams currently right now. I like Ole Miss too. I think Ole Miss has been doing some things. I think this is their second appearance in the Sweet 16 in their program history. So their ability to be able to get to this level, I think, has also been great. But yeah, if you ask me Elite Eight, Final Four, I say probably like Elite Eight, I could definitely tell you. But now I would say those teams for sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. Even though I know Michigan State is a higher seeded team, but I like Michigan State. A lot of doubt. I don't even think they were ranked top 25 to start the season. So I like Michigan State, what they got going. You never can go against Tommy Izzo in big moments. He's gonna have his guys ready. So I'm gonna throw Michigan State in there along with Arkansas, obviously. And we see to the right here, man. We see Alabama taking care of BYU. Kind of expected. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but I expected Alabama to move on. But that's why they play the games, man. So the hottest teams, in our opinion, is definitely Ole Miss. I said Michigan State. I think we agree wholeheartedly on Arkansas. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to move on to Dan Hurley and his situation. We all saw this past weekend. They lost to Baylor. Not lost to Baylor. He was talking about Baylor. They lost to Florida in a great game. He walked off the court saying, you know what he said. I'm not going to go into that. Y'all know, I'm sure, like I said, everybody knows by now. Wish I could get that ad out of the way. But it came down to the fact that a reporter had recorded it, and I believe it was somebody in the upper brass of of Gonzaga, not Gonzaga, of UConn. He's like, man, if you don't get this, I'm saying I'm gonna make your life miserable. And then got back to the North Carolina Police Department. Now they're trying to ban you can't make death threats. We live in a soft world, but you can't be talking too reckless. So, and I'm not sure if it's in this article. I did read that the NCAA is doing their investigation, and it may come down to that they may lose postseason opportunities moving forward.
Wild.
And it is wild. And scholarships. So you want to see, dang, man, these ads come out of nowhere, man. Good Lord.
For me, man, it's never that deep. I get it. He should have never threatened his life. That's too much. Maybe suspend, obviously, the president, or obviously, the one that's head over Dan Hurley. Suspend him for some games or something. You know what I'm saying? Or find the team. That's talking about missing the tournament and revoking scholarships. What are we doing, bro? First of all, he wasn't even supposed to be in that area. You know what I'm saying? If we're being honest. So he broke a code there. Second off, I don't blame him. I wouldn't want my coach of what he said to somebody privately to be recorded. So that's another reason why I be talking about the media when knowing what you're supposed to do and not to do. If you go look at the reporters following, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, he has 2,000 followers, right? Bro, you ain't got to try to always go viral, bro. I promise you, bro. You put the work in, bro, people going to know who you is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the problem, though, now, which was a big part of John is too clickbait, right? Like you can click on that tweet and go to his profile. He has 2,300 followers, bro. You know what I'm saying? You were trying to get something viral, which it did go viral. You know what I'm saying? Because it was Coach Hurley, obviously, and he's a polarizing figure. And you got the attention you want. But, like, bro, you don't have to do this type of stuff in order to be a great journalist or to get your name out there. That's the part I did not like. You know what I'm saying? Now, UConn should never threaten him and threaten his life and all that good stuff. But this is a very intimate moment, a very emotional moment that the team just lost after playing their hearts out. Them boys had Florida on the ropes and gave them boys more than a game. So if the coach felt that way to the other coaches, why you have to? He pulled out literally his phone and recorded, bro. You don't have to record everything, bro. That's the part that gets me. It's just like it's unnecessary. Now y'all talking about taking away scholarships. Now y'all talking about taking away a tournament appearance. Come on, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a fan. I don't like it. I think that's why sometimes you'll see like they'll have more restrictions on media for certain stuff. And that's one of the reasons why. That's a personal moment. You didn't need to record that, bro. It's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Just to get a viral clip, bro. That part of journalism I don't understand. I get it, getting viewers. I understand. But, bro, if you naturally being yourself authentic, it's going to come naturally. That part I just don't like. They don't deserve to lose scholarships and potentially missing the tournament over that. You know what I'm saying? Suspend the guy. Suspend the guy that did death threats. You ain't got to mess with the team, bro. That's too much.
Don't hurt the kids. Don't hurt the brand, man. Coach Hurley just turned down how much money to come back and coach in college? Let's not be AI bots. We critique AI about, oh, man, it's not going to have any emotions, not going to have all this and that. We make a foolishness like this, you know what I'm saying, come to fruition. So let's also be cognitive. Let's get in our sea moss, clean our guts up, because that's our second mind. But I digress and also want to say I agree with you, brother, 100,000%. Just build relationships, be personable, and like you said, your viral moments will come. You know what I'm saying? It's just about being genuine, man. That's, like I said, we talked about it at the beginning of the show. Don't have to make it personal.
No.
And just do your job. You know what I'm saying? Be there, be hard, be a hard worker, a good person of morals and character and integrity, and everything will come to you.
Precisely, bro. That's it.
Let's see if computer's clocking up. We got a lot of tabs open. Oh man, I've been waiting to get to this, man. 7-footer, man. And when we talk about if Coach Stoudemire or any coach can pull off this recruit, as I closed out some of my tabs because I'm locking up. This kid is, if you follow Switch Cultures, he's definitely talked about him. If you follow Joe Tipton, he's talked about him, but you know what I'm saying, Switch, they just put a little different type of flavor to it. But this young man, Magoon Gwath, I know I'm not saying his last name. I hope I'm close. Maybe I am saying it correctly. But 7-footer, man, out of San Diego San Diego State University, entered the transfer portal, and we're gonna look at his highlights, man, because I like seeing high level hoops. Let's take it from the beginning. Take it from the top. Aztecs, corner 3, bottom, good form. Ran the floor, got the block, another block, man. Like it's like watching Bowl, just a lot more athletic to me. Double block. Beat him with the cross. Can't shoot over the 7-foot wing, probably like an 8-foot wingspan. Has he pull up? Water. You gonna leave him open? Okay. That's Jason. Oh, he killed him. He's too little. Big body. Bends, key in the ignition, or push the start. And he got the vision. Hold on. I like that. Set the screen. Can't get around him. Fade. Again, we're going to leave him open. I know he's shooting at least 35 or more from the 3. One leg pull up. So he got a very smooth game at the buzzer. Look like Derek Queen right there. Oh, Maryland. Definitely one of the hottest teams too. I like them. Hey, we'll do one more. Maybe one more. Oh, nice block. One more. Man, come on, bro. You can't do nothing with that. So, man, just what's your thoughts, man? Do you think we can see him in the flats, or you think it's gonna go more blue blood?
Probably more blue blood. There's a shot there. Obviously, it just depends on what Coach Stoudemire wants, because he got a similar player. I think he has a little bit more versatility than Baydongo, but he's probably gonna want to play a lot of minutes. Guaf, obviously, but he would be a great asset. You need somebody that can stretch the floor. Next to obviously Baydongo, you know what I'm saying, and you need somebody that can dribble. Somebody that can do these different things. He definitely would be a great asset. I can see SEC. I can see Big 12. But, yeah, his versatility, rim protecting ability, ability to rebound at a high level. Can do a lot of different things, man. That's why he's so sought after, man. I think he's another really good talent. Can't wait to see where he goes as well. But, yeah, he would definitely be a great addition to Georgia Tech. But, man, got out the NIL money, man. So I don't know what the fun is like for basketball. I know football is looking good. Basketball, I don't know. It's tough to say.
Hey, man. For any of the Tech supporters watching that's connected to that, open your hearts, people. We want to see a championship come to Atlanta. But just when you see guys like this, and they're popping up a lot more, there's bigger skill guys handling the ball, doing it all. Like I said, Bobo, obviously Victor Wembanyama, you got Chet Holmgren, even Cooper Flagg. He's not 7 foot, but so he's not little by any means. And Caleb Wilson is kind of in that conversation, but specifically guys like that's 7 foot and above. How do you feel about the game moving forward?
I think it's exciting. We got to get a better product. Let's save it for another day, but we got to get a better product in the NBA, in my humble opinion. College basketball looks very exciting, though. When you see the versatility, guys like Wembanyama, right? Guys like, obviously, Cooper Flagg, just being versatile, being able to do so many different things well at their height. It's going to make playing the sport, if you're shorter, harder, for sure. You're going to have to be able to stand out in different ways, but it just talks about just the skill set, because those guys were dumping down in the paint and let them cook. But now you're seeing those guys stretch the defense, create their own offense, defend, rim protect. They can do a whole bunch of different things. So when you have that, it makes for an exciting game and really, a really good product.
So, and we saw, it's about 2 weeks now. About 2 weeks. We just saw we saw Eli Ellis game the City Reapers. I believe what is I can't remember his name right now. He went crazy though. But he gained a tall defender. The kid was like 6'6", 6'7". I think Eli Ellis can play in the NBA, despite what people may say. He just got that. He's just a smaller version of Luka. So when you look at guys like, we're going to take Steph out of this, because Steph is in the league by his own. Guys like Trae Young, guys like Eli Ellis, guys like maybe who got a similar play style to Chris Paul, even Christian Anderson. what do you think about those guys' longevity in the league when we see guys that are, like I said, 6'10", all the way up to 7'4", possibly 6'9", 7'9", as we see guy in Florida. Just what's their longevity look like going forward?
Yeah, I think it's still. I mean, the thing with NBA, man, you need creative people. I think Kyrie's not even that tall. Kyrie is 6'1", 6'2". You
6'1".
look at him and how many players spotted him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not the biggest guard ever. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're still going to be able to play at a high level. They're just going to have to distinguish themselves, right? If you're a little bit shorter, you're going to have to be able to play defense, right? You're going to have to be able to, play make, right? Create opportunities, things like that. There's always been short guard. You go back to even the 90s and 80s with Muggsy Bogues, 5'4". Them dudes were 6'6", 6'7". It's no different. You could still flourish. We see Trae Young, as you said. We see smaller guards all day just balling out and being able to play at a high level. So it's just they're just gonna have to be more creative and have different parts of their game at it.
I agree. We're gonna. I don't think the little man will ever be extinct, but I do think. I do think the height requirement. I think it's gonna bump. Like if you under 6 foot, good luck to you. I think the under 6 foot guy, I think he's gonna become extinct unless you can shoot the cover off the basketball. And I mean shoot it like Steph Curry. If you're not doing that, I mean, try to be a coach, man. I hate to say it, but I think that time is upon us. I hope I'm wrong. Cause we don't discriminate against any hoop. If you ball, you can get the call. And if you get the call, they're gonna back up the Brinks truck for you. So as we move on, we're gonna talk about some bigger names in the transfer portal, and I'm sure some bigger names have hit recently. But this one broke. When did this news break? This broke the 24th, so 3 days ago. Mikey Williams has hit the transfer portal. He will no longer be playing at UCF. I believe he only averaged like 9 points during his time there. I don't
Less than that.
Less than that. Oh, how much? Like 4?
Yeah, 3.
We're not gonna get personal, right? But who you think is calling for the services of Mikey Williams?
Right now, from what I've been hearing, obviously Memphis is very interested. He's obviously talked about that on the podcast and that he's excited about a potential chance to be, and play there, potentially under Coach Penny Hardaway and learn from him. But he didn't see the court a lot at UCF. He really didn't. We'll see what happens. I'm not sold on him. You know what I'm saying? I do wish him the best. I'm not sold. I think he needs to go to a place that he fits the scheme and the system. He really needs the right coach, and it might be Penny Hardaway. We've seen what they did this year. I know he got some guys hitting the portal, but he looks like he's a coach that will pour into you and hold you to a high standard and hold you accountable, right? He was really good with the Magic with Shaq before obviously so many injuries derailed his career. So he knows the ins and outs of what it takes to be successful. So that might be a good fit, but yeah, I mean, if it's not a great fit, man, I don't know, man. Mikey might be on the verge of being done. You know what I'm saying? So I think he got to find a spot that fits him where he can flourish and play at a high level. I know he's been dealing with a lot over the course of his life, but he needs to find somewhere that really can mold him and really hold him accountable.
Well, Coach, Penny that's where he was supposed to go the first time, right?
Yeah, they got blocked because of administration, and some things had happened behind the scenes. So it did get blocked initially, yes.
Okay, well, like I said, if anybody can do it, I believe Penny Hardaway can get it. And obviously, they connected earlier on. That's why he recruited him so hard. And that's not a bad conference. That's what conference is that? Hold on. Let you know right off the top. I'm going to look it up on ESPN.
Should be American Athletic.
American Athletic. That's right. American Athletic. So it's not a bad conference. So I believe in Mikey, man. I think he can hoop. I think when he came out, he was probably more ball dominant than he needed to be. And I think that's why he didn't see the floor with UCF. You got to just be able to do more than score. I believe he extends effort on defensive end. And he's got a nice bag offensively. That's just my opinion. So we're gonna wish the best for him. Another big name in in the transfer portal is Dusty Stromer. Some may know him. I kind of know a little bit about him just from watching his documentary. Him and Jerry McCain are good friends. During Jared's time, well, he's still on it, but I'm saying he appeared in his documentary. So, and I know Dusty can hoop. He was a part of that team that kind of caught buzz. What team? Why not? During the time when they won, no, the second time around. I'm not sure if they played on the same team when they won the Peach, but the second time around they were teammates. But Dusty can hoop. But nonetheless, he's departing from Gonzaga and will be entering the transfer portal. He's a 6'6" sophomore, top 50 recruit. Only averaged 4.9 points this season. So, my friend, what do you think about Dusty? Have you seen his film?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit. Kind of limited role with Gonzaga. Same thing as Mikey, man. Just needs to go somewhere that's gonna, utilize his talent the right way and really allow him to be successful. Kind of, Gonzaga always has really good wing players and front court players. So when I look at it, he just needs to go to a spot that's going to, fulfill his talent and allow him to really flourish. I think he could shoot the ball really well. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing like having shooting in college basketball. We see teams like Georgia Tech going in lulls without scoring. They could use a guy like that can score and shoot it efficiently from 3-point range, put the ball on the deck, stuff like that. Defensively, definitely, yes, he can improve a little bit, but overall, it's nothing like having a great shooter in college basketball.
I agree. We're gonna. I think once he finds the right team, he can kind of get in the flow. I think he can be very effective by averaging 15 points per game. You know what I'm saying? 45 rebounds. I think Dusty's nice. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about Ju. You know what I'm saying? She had a horrific injury. Turned out to be a season injury, ACL. We're gonna play the clip for the people. Just another tragic moment. We definitely don't want to see this. You know what I'm saying? Came at the wrong time. They were up 13-2 on Mississippi State. Get ready to probably dominate. And she hit the floor. Prayers up for, you know what I'm saying, for her and the Watkins family. But with her stepping aside, man, just who do you think is the front runner now in the women's tournament?
Then you got to go South Carolina. Obviously, UConn has been on a great streak right now. They're getting a lot of help. It's not just Paige Bookers. Their bench has been really good. They got this girl, Sarah Strong, who's played well.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put them in the convo. Obviously, I think, Coach Dawn Staley, they feel disrespected and slighted to a degree for not getting the number 1 overall seed. So, that's another basketball team that's out with stuff to prove and to show the world how good they are. I think you got to also look at UCLA with Lauren Betts and how good she is on the interior, how they can defend, really good guard play. That's another really good team, I think. So those would be my top ones. Like, hey, you got to pay attention. You got to notice those that can make runs. LSU too.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. LSU, they've been there. They're a 3 seed, but they've been around all season playing consistent. I even like Duke. Very well coached. But definitely, I think I'm still, you know what I'm saying, because they're going to meet the championship if they were to meet up. But you know what I'm saying, South Carolina to me they've struggled, and that's been probably their Achilles heel this year. Has been going up against a traditional real big that can really bang. It's going to really make them work on the glass. But we've seen a vast improvement from Miss Aaliyah Edwards. You know what I'm saying, she's another body they can throw down there. Could really go at it. You know what I'm saying, we've seen Chloe Kids do her thing. They shoot the ball really well, which is why they're going to have a chance to beat anybody in this tournament. And that's why they made it to the number 1 seed, not the number 1 overall. But I agree. I'm gonna ride with the Lady Gamecocks, man. Coach Don Staley. She just, her RPMs and her attention to detail, it just seems to go to another level during this time. But LSU is definitely interesting, and UCLA. They're gonna do their thing. I mean, I'm not sure the last time they've won it, but I'm sure they've been in the drought for a while. So I know they're trying to beat one home for the Bay Area. So shout out to UCLA. And Paige Beckers. UConn is no longer in it, but she has made history again. Is the only player in college in college basketball, WNBA, and NBA to shoot 50, 40, 90, and lead the country in an assist to turnover ratio. Truly a one of one. I'm going to share my screen so the people can see. But I mean, this is no surprise, man. Paige Becker is going to set the WNBA world on fire. Obviously, being a highly recruited player out of high school. Just any thoughts on Paige?
Yeah, I mean, she's a player that's went through injuries. You know what I'm saying? Credit her for where she is, the level that she's playing at currently right now. You don't see these are the type of numbers you see in the NBA. Just to kind of put this in its full context, right? 50, 40, 90, efficient with the basketball. But like I said, she's getting it done, but she's also getting a lot of help as well. Sarah Strong's been performing well. But yeah, I think her arc would be higher if, she didn't deal with so many injuries, over the course of her career. But a phenomenal player to watch, man. Definitely. Another player you would think would get a little bit more media attention. You know what I'm saying? But she's doing her thing, man. That 3 to 8 assist to turnover ratio is huge too. That means she's taking care of the basketball. Since she's not turnover prone, you got them kind of numbers, man. That looks good.
Yeah, man. You think she'll be the number 1 overall pick?
I don't know.
You think it's an injury history why some people will probably pump the brakes?
Yeah, I think she's top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Number 1 is, I don't know, it's asking a lot.
Now, who does she give me like Sue Bird vibes, man, but who does she remind you of?
I think she's unique. I don't think she really has a comparison, in my humble opinion. I think she's like her own unique type of player. I don't think she compares to really anybody. I think she just moves at her own pace, moves at her own, beat at her own drum. I think she's unique by herself. I think we're going to look back and we're going to appreciate her talent more than W.
Well said, man. Well said. All right, so we're gonna move on to the NBA news. I saw this again on the Earn Leisure podcast, which is definitely why we need to tap into that platform. But I did not know that Jaylen Brown, who I'm getting ready to show, is the vice president of the NBA Players Association.
Yes,
He made an interesting comment. This was in This was in New York. He made a comment about just how NBA players have been taken advantage of for the lack of their financial literacy.
Of course.
Yeah. And how easy it is, because we see a lot of players, they represent themselves more. Like we see it in the NFL, we see with Lamar Jackson. I believe Jaylen represents himself. So do you think this would be more of an ongoing trend?
Have to see. I mean, how literate are you? I think is the question. And when I say literate, I'm not talking about reading and writing. I'm talking about financial literacy, right? Because he talks about in that video how he got paid $300 million, but off rip he would have to pay a 4% fee to the agents, and that's $12 million. He was like, it might not seem like a lot, but that's still $12 million, and it ain't taxed. You know what I'm saying? So they walking away with that, and they smiling all the way to the bank. So to his level, to his degree, what he's saying, more people like him, similar to what Lamar Jackson is compared to the NFL, you got to see more players being able to take their own finances in their own hands, right? Everybody clowned Lamar when he did that. You know what I'm saying? They called him crazy, like, oh, he don't know what he's doing, and he got the bag. And guess what? He didn't have to pay no agent, right? You see similar examples with other players. So I think the NFL, even though they don't make the same kind of money that NBA players make, they're taking matters into their own hands, and some are negotiating their own contracts, some are getting agents to do it for them. But that's where it goes, being financial literate, reading the fine print, know what you're looking at before you sign away, because like you said, you can only play the game for so long. So I think he's bringing up a great topic, but at the same time, they need to have things where players can get into financial literacy courses and things they can take in order to know what it is. That's not all on him. That's just in general as an NBA PA. Because to me, Bacon, there's really no excuse. They making more money than NFL players, right? They making more money than other leagues, right? So there's definitely not a shortage of revenue coming in, because y'all signing 200, 300. At some point, probably going to be $500 million contracts. So at that point, you ain't in school. You know what I'm saying? You got your own stuff in. Why you can't sit down for a little bit and read, or sit down and make sure that you set yourself up for the future, investing, how to make your money work for you. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that is going to help set up your financial future. How to make your money work for you instead of you working for it, right? Kyrie talks about that, hits at that a little bit too when he's talking. So you can't play the game forever. Find ways to, use that money in order to elevate your style. I'm not saying buying stuff, but I'm saying in order to get your lifestyle for the future. And don't spend it on dumb stuff. I get it being young. Hey, bro, it's no problem with it. No problem with that. But still be thinking about your future and finding different ways to make your money work for you is the key there. So I think they need more players similar to the NFL that is willing to take their finances to their own hands.
True. I know in the Kansas City Chiefs, they brought in Wall Street Trapper. I'm sure he's been on to multiple teams. He gives, gives out financial literacy. But I talked to I don't know what to say to school. I don't want to do that. I talked to a former college football player today, and he went to an affluent school. And he said, I said, brother, you went to the school. I said, they didn't do any financial literacy course. And this was before the whole NIL move was popular. I'm sure today, like I know they send the players through financial literacy classes, but
not necessarily.
So not necessarily, not all of them.
No.
Even still,
bro. No, bro.
It's tough not to say it's a system, but he said it's like, yeah, man, I didn't. He said I was an All-American, man. I didn't have. He was pushed to pursue, be the best athlete he could be, not to be the best pro, even though he didn't go to the NFL. But I think you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, these coaches, they're banking a lot on these players, and we see it when they come on these visits. They kind of, you know what I'm saying, healthily, they encourage them healthily, whatever I'm trying to, but they encourage them to, all right, we need to commit, you know what I'm saying? These coaches are banking on you to feed their families, right? But as much as you bank on these players to feed your family, you have to instill in them values that you're using to make your money work for you to feed your family. And I just, you know what I'm saying, we need to see more of that because, like I'm about to play in this clip. It's a lot of athletes that come out and go broke. And for Jaylen Brown to be somebody that's from our state, you know what I'm saying, at one point in time, somebody we can go up and touch, that's, you know what I'm saying, he's becoming my favorite player in the league. Just because he's doing stuff like this and wants to build like this brand. That's his brand right there. I think it's a 747 brand. I think it'll be more available to the public as time progresses on. But like I said, just to see somebody that's from where you're from doing things like this, I'm gonna play it in a second. But to do it and be from our area, you know what I'm saying, it just speaks volume to that. The way if you see him doing these from your area, you could do that. You could possibly do more, especially with him being in the light of the NBA and to kind of be speaking truth to power when he's not really supposed to do too much of that. I think is inspirational. All right, let me play this guy.
My last deal was for $300 million. And now I got to give you 4%. That's untaxed.
4% is millions.
So that's $12 million that I would have to give to an agent. And that's untaxed. Nobody even give no pushback for it. I'm like, yo, you give me $12 million?
Right.
Like, I mean, I'll kill it before I get $12 million. Our players are not turning their wealth and building on it and building empires in their community. So it's like the people that are representing them is not working, and they can get mad as they want to get mad, but it's not. I'm looking at all of our players who are struggling from these things, and they don't care because they just get the rights to get the next player. Why we keep giving them the rights to get the next players if we're not seeing them benefit and they seeing how they did the last ones? But we only see, and they come to us and they dangle these things in front of our most talented. This is where we go. This is where they go to. We get sent to the same top organizations that acquire so much influence off the backs of us, of our influence. Now,
so there you have, ladies and gentlemen, more of the story. We don't talk about it anymore. Just educate yourself and understand that there's more to life than just a sport that you play, even though it can and will potentially feed your family
and change your life. You gotta allow it to do that too. You know what I'm saying? And no, get toxic people out your circle. And like he said, just knowing how to make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? I think that's crucial. And I feel what he's saying. Why we let these people continue to represent. At the same time, the players too got to take that onus too. And hey, let me do better. You know what I'm saying? I see he went through that pitfall, that pothole. Let me avoid that. I think that's crucial too.
Don't have to always go with what's the easiest route, but we know the James family has been in the headlines lately. We're definitely going to talk about Bronny for doing his thing. Had a career high, man, 17 points, 7 for 10 versus the Bucks. So you know what I'm saying, I read what RG3 said. There's no way you actually watched Bronny James play in high school, college, or the G League and didn't know that he was an actual NBA level talent. Now the haters backtracking and had a career high 17 point. LeBron was right, and also had 37 in the G League game, I believe, a couple of days after this, man. So you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? You heard LeBron's spiel on the Pat McAfee show, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the heart situation, being a birth defect. And to see him kind of speed up very quickly despite the adversity he's heard, you know what I'm saying, to see him flourish, you know what I'm saying? Just what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's getting more comfortable, obviously in the offense, getting more comfortable with the skill set, adjusting to the game. I mean, you see those kind of trends. You know, we'll talk about more rookies here in a second, but just getting more acclimated. You see he's more comfortable taking the jump shot. You look at his G League highlights, he's pulling up with no hesitation. So that just shows he's getting more comfortable with what he's, putting out on the floor, man. That's just from practice. That's just repping it up. And I'm sure he's gotten a lot of reps over his career. And like I said, it's too early to say he's done. You know what I'm saying? Too early to cast aspersions. It's going to be hard because you're the son of one of the greatest, players to ever play in the game. So, it comes with criticism, and I think he's handling it the right way. I don't think he's ever been like super outspoken and, and that's how you can tell, like this shot here, he just, pulling up, no hezzy right here. Look, little step back, no hesitation, pull up, yak. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's getting more comfortable. And I think he's locked in throughout all the noise. Whenever you heard Bronny say something or attack anybody or, say something, to defend himself, he's just hooping. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the mark of he's locked in. He don't care what's being said about him. He's locked in on getting better every day. I think that's starting to show.
I agree, man. That LeBron, that James gene is strong, man. I'm happy to see him. Happy to see him perform. And I agree. He is looking more comfortable. And I think that's what it all is. When we saw Bronny play on the AAU circuit, never really was. He caught a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying, from different players pressing, you're LeBron's son, but you ain't this, that, and the third. He's just getting more comfortable, getting into what he likes to do, man. That's any sport, So you got your moves, you got your strengths, you got your weaknesses, and in the process you grow to improve your weaknesses. But just get to what you're comfortable to, and double down on your strength, but don't forget your weaknesses. And I think that's what Bronny James is doing. Do you think he will be a pivotal piece as the Lakers break into the postseason? No.
Too early to say.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far.
For sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far just yet. He's only a rookie, bro. That's a lot to ask. Nah.
No, I didn't put this in the topic sheet, but we just saw the Bucks. Is Damian, like, what do you think is going on with these blood clots, man? That's his third. This is the second, but there's one more. There's 3 cases of different blood clot scenarios.
I think it's just what you eat.
You think the diets are bad?
I think it's diet. No, it's not saying they eat bad, but that could be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's going to take us down a whole rabbit hole. I would just say, like, the American diet ain't the healthiest. I'll put it like that, man. So that can contribute. I know they have strict diets that they have to uphold to be an athlete. So I'm not coming for them per se, but we see this type of stuff with these players never having this before. I think that plays a large part. I'll put it like that and keep my answer real short. I don't want to be
think this is an overreaction
or political, huh?
You don't think it's an overreaction?
What do you mean?
Like I said this earlier when we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Like, they're getting diagnosed with blood clots, you know what I'm saying? And they, like you said, I'm sure, like, Damian Lillard is a veteran. And he boxes, so he's not eating everything, you know what I'm saying? Victor, he's a little younger, but he comes from France. Food quality is a little better over there, but just you don't think it's coming out of like just them trying to be overly cautious?
No, I don't. I don't think it's overly cautious. I think it's a part in just culture here.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
All right, last topic before we get to our last topic. So topic before the last, another player from the area putting on for the state, man, putting on for the city. Isaiah Collier was he accepted Rookie of the Month for the month of March, man. Isaiah Collier has been doing his thing, man. Again, another player who kind of faced some adversity. Didn't face as much adversity as Barney did, but after he missed those game time or might have been game winning free throws in the at the McDonald's All Americas game, it was like, man, he may not be that guy. So you know what I'm saying, the floor is yours, brother. Just what do you think about the accolade that young Isaiah Collier has received?
Yeah, we talked about it before. I've talked to his coach a couple of times. Just fall in love with the work. This is probably the first adversity he's faced over the course of his life in terms of just being on the basketball court. He's usually just dominating. So this is a different career arc, right? You go from the number 1 player in the country to number 30th draft pick. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why too. It's good not to peak in high school. Like, be a good player, get to the next level, but don't peak. And you see that sometimes guys peak and get to the NBA or get to the college level, and that's it. But I think he's hitting his stride at the right time. And I think he's getting more comfortable, and he's learning how to do the offense. And then his assist numbers are crazy. Like, I think in this stretch he had 9 assists, so that's showing he could be, obviously a guard that can set up offense for others and make it easy, and also score at a high level.
100%. And currently, as a whole, this season, averaging 8 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, averaging, shooting 41.9, so really 42% from the field. Last 10. Averaging 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 11.6 points. Again, the game 2 nights ago against the Grizzlies, he had 21 points on 28 minutes of play. Again, the free throw numbers aren't consistent. Shot 60% against the Grizzlies, but so you gotta like where Isaiah Collier is trending, especially playing on a team that's not necessarily at the top of the league in the Utah Jazz. So definitely want to give our kudos to anybody from the state of Georgia, man, for doing that thing.
100%.
And for the last topic of the day, man, it's real lighthearted. You get to see 2 OGs, man, 2 NBA veterans, not really veterans because they're outside the league, but Lance Stevenson and Mike Beasley. They're doing a little charity thing for $100,000. They'll be playing one-on-one to see who will win. It's per NBA Central. So on June the 6th, a lot of events happen in the summer months. I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready for the summer months. Are you ready for the summer months, brother?
Of course. Probably not the heat, but definitely.
For sure. Definitely not that sweltering heat, man. We be in Alabama or anywhere sweating, brother. But 2 veterans going head to head, man. You like Mike Beasley or you like Lance?
Oh no, bro. They're both really good scorers, man. I think who's gonna be able to get the stops defensively, it's gonna be crucial. I'll go with the defense. I think Beasley can play a little more defense. Stevenson can hit a lot of like crazy wild shots.
Yeah.
But I think Beasley can give you buckets and then they can defend a little bit better than Stevenson. So I would go with Michael Beasley. I like the whatchamacallit too. Just giving to a charity and making it cool, making it fun. And just giving back to the community. That's what it's about, bro. So I like that they put their minds together to do this. I think it's pretty cool.
Nah, for sure, man. It's definitely a host in the Bible. So you need to give back to the community and tithe, and then give back to the community here, man. I agree with you, brother. I think Mike Beasley, he got a little more. They both got grit. Don't get me wrong, but I think when times get tough and somebody got to dig deep, I'm gonna ride with Mike Beasley over Lance. Gonna make him dance 5 out of 7 days of the week. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was I feel like this was a complete show. I wish I would have gave you. Actually, let me ask you before we end the show, man. I didn't because when I was playing the show about the AI thing, I'm not sure if you saw Mondays this week, but it pretty much talked about they went to the NVIDIA conference. and they believe that AI is going to be here in a strong way in the next 2 years. So I mean, I think it's only 3% of a community that's even tapped into it. So, just what's your thoughts on hearing that news, and what should people be doing going forward to better prepare themselves for this transition that we're about to encounter?
Got you. Hey, Matt, man, much love, bro. I appreciate you tapping in on TikTok, man. I'm gonna give you my thoughts here. I know this is a basketball pod for today, but I got you, bro. I'm gonna give a thought on the recent commit for the Jackets. So give me one sec, bro. I got you. My thoughts on that, man, learn, bro. That's my thoughts, man. Learn. Learn how a lot of people are freaked out about it. A lot of people are nervous. I'm still one that is too. But the biggest thing I would say, learn how it can help you. Whether that's you creating a business, whether that is you learning how to use the software to help somebody. There is ways, obviously there's dangers to it, there's risk, but there is ways that AI can help you. And to what Earn Your Leisure said, yeah, I think if you don't learn out how to use it, it's going to leave you behind. It's only going to get harder. The cost of living is getting harder.
Yeah.
Food is higher. We got this tariff situation going on. We got a lot of stuff going on. So I think it's important that we bond together and work together and teach each other. And I think at the same time, you got to have a willingness to learn. Yes, this is going to be new. Yes, you're going to have to adapt. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, but that's what's going to make it so cool. Just being uncomfortable, learning something new, and being able to use it to help you. So to their point, I agree. And there's different tools. Like I use a whole bunch of different ones. You can use Grok AI. I like using that. You can use Chat GPT, AI agents. There's so many, but I would say first and foremost, let's go listening to people like Earn Your Leisure, Mr. AI on YouTube, just that have a really good grasp on it and can give you the toolage to know what to do. I'll give you an example. I read a great article today on CNBC, and it's talking about this company called CoreWeave. They just did an IPO, priced at about $40 a share, right? They're partnered with Microsoft, Meta, IBM. They just got an $11 billion contract with OpenAI, right? Now, they're not turning a profit yet, still have to figure out, but you can see the trajectory of where it's going, right? And they are the same thing. They process or they do these, they manufacture in like chips, and they send chips to NVIDIA. We know NVIDIA is going to be huge, right? It's already huge now. But finding those companies that are moving in that direction to where, the technology space, not only that, but just moving in a direction where you see they're getting a lot of contracts, they're doing stuff in the right way. That's going to be crucial too. So I would say start off light. Learn to use Chat GPT. Learn, okay, what's the next phase of AI? Is it this? Okay, how can I use this to implement into my life, right? So I'm not saying be dependent on it, but you do want to at least have some kind of knowledge or stand based on it, because if not, you're going to look around. Oh, wow. This is the world now, and you're going to be like, oh, because like you said early on, AI is not going to replace you. It's going to be the human that uses AI that's going to replace you. So I think it's going to be important that you know how to adapt and know how to use AI to help you. So just start off small. Start using ChatGPT. Start listening to AI videos on YouTube. YouTube is a whole big marketplace, bro, where you can just learn stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like books, use YouTube, bro. So it's practically an online library, you might as well say. But it's different because it's curated to your interests. So I would say look up stuff like that to start. And, if you don't want to learn it, invest in AI stocks or companies that are leading the way. That way, at least you're getting a lion's share, a bite out of the apple. You got to do something. Because if you don't, you're going to be standing there looking, what am I going to do now?
That's facts. I'll add on to just a little bit. Actually, answer. You know what I'm saying? That you're a viewer. And I'll talk about that later. I want you to super serve your niche, brother. Talk to the people.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Matt, man. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Yeah, man. A blue chip recruit, bro. Georgia Tech. I mean, I don't know what it is, but Coach Kobe Jones, Coach Peoples, just recruiting at a high level right now, man.
and they know what they wanted the DB spot. And Jaden Terry checks a lot of boxes, bro. He really does. You're looking at a physical defensive back, ball hawk, shutdown corner. That's what you're getting in him, right? 30-plus tackles this past year, 4 interceptions, had 2 interceptions. I believe it was against Marion County, or it might have been Wilcox County. I'm probably mixing up those two, but he balled out in both of those games. The last game of the season, he had 8 tackles, 3 pass deflections. Just a stand-up guy, man. And I think Georgia Tech nailed it. I think they nailed it with this recruit. He's a blue chipper. It chose between Duke, Kentucky, Mississippi State, and they did good because they offered him last May. They had him on campus for Junior Day. Then they also had him on campus for unofficial, and then they had him again on campus today, which was a big coaching clinic at Georgia Tech. So they was like, hey, let's not let him leave. Let's not go no OVs. Let's get him to commit now. I mean, that's how you get it done. And they recruit at a high level, and this secondary is going to be special. That's my biggest standpoint from it. Secondary is going to be special. Can't wait to see what they do this year. But yeah, they recruited at a high level. Already got two recruitments early. And when you think about it, they didn't get their first recruitment last year until May going into June. They got 2 already, and we're not even out of March yet. We barely just hit April. You know what I'm saying? So, top end recruit, stud, lockdown corner, man. And his size, 6'3", 175, 180. We just had 5-star Jordan Edmonds commit to Alabama. Not saying they're the same player, but the same kind of stature, long, athletic, versatile. That's what you're getting.
Facts. And I think when kids commit to GT, I think they're gonna stay, man. I think that's the type of relationship there. But that's just my thoughts. It hasn't been tested over time because this is still a new regime. And but I just think when they kind of get them, they just more real. Not say they're more real, but this type of vibe I'm getting from the Tech staff, man. They stay solid. They're solid coaches, solid men first and foremost. But back to what I was gonna say about the AI, man. And real quick, we're gonna let y'all go. But when you're talking to Chat GPT, don't just ask it regular questions. You got to think of it as in a 4th, 5th person, if you will. And what I mean by that is it's tapped into a big library of Google, anything you can think of. So when you're asking the questions, this is very key. Ask it. So like for us, if you type up a business plan, ask AI. So I'm asking you how to make my business plan. Put yourself in the ideology of your Fortune 500 CEO who won so-and-so award. You know what I'm saying? Break this down. So put the AI in that type of mindset and then get it to critique you and also give you information. So that's big, man. I'll leave y'all with that, man. We appreciate y'all tapping into the show with us today, brother. If you don't have any more topics, I'm gonna wrap it up and send the poke on their way.
Last thing I'll say that, bro, you can use it in anything. You can use it for cooking. You can use it for gardening. You laughing. You can use it for gardening, investing. Like he said, don't just use it to ask regular questions. Actually have a purpose with it and try to align with that purpose. So 100% agree with you, Bacon. Like right now, I'm using it to learn languages. You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm using it for ideas. Like I'm like my Spanish, I feel is really good, but I'm trying to get it to where I don't have to think. Right? And I've continued to. It's hard because I'm so busy, but I have it to where it sets up things. Okay, give me a passage to read, and ask me questions after, and then it critiques my Spanish. Like this is why it's this, and then it says it in Spanish instead of converting it to English. So then my brain is starting to think, you know what I'm saying, in that manner. Okay, cool. When I do this, I need to line it up like this. Okay, why is the culture of Puerto Rico like this? Just different things like that. It challenges you. That's why I kind of like it too. Obviously, reading is a foundational piece of it, of what you should do as an adult. But at the same time, I like Grow Up because it challenges you to think, and then it builds off your mistakes and shows you where you can get better. I'll leave y'all at that.
I like that, man. This is why y'all tune into the show, man. That Just Citizen News Podcast. You don't only get sports, you get a little philosophy, and you know what I'm saying, you get context on what's coming due, what's coming down the pipe, man. So like I said, man, we're on here every Monday and every Thursday. Next week you can be sure that we'll be on here on Monday at 6:30. Tapping into the Good Football Podcast, man. That's definitely one of the hottest show we got right now. So like I said, man, like it, comment, and share this out to all your friends, man. Tell them we got the hottest thing going, not in the state, but in the world, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate y'all, man. This is Naj and Bacon Signing out to Monday, man. We love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Much love. And shout out to all my TikTok viewers. Really first time live. We up to 63, 62 likes, man. Much love to y'all, man.
Sheesh.
We out.
Sheesh.